Good morning, students. Today we are going to start another unit which deals about pharmaceutical care. This is your fifth unit in which you have to deal with the definition and principles of pharmaceutical care. First of all, what is health? Health, we as know, health is defined as the physical, mental and social well-being of an individual. Okay, we define health as not just the absence of disease. If the person is having absence of disease, it is not said that is healthy. So health is defined as the physical, mental and social well-being of an individual. And to treat, medicines are used to treat various disorders. So medicines, what is the use? If you use them appropriately, it will give relief to the patients, and it will cause harm to individual's health when inappropriately used. So that is why health is very important, and worldwide pharmacists are famous for maintaining or for promoting the health because they provide various pharmaceutical and professional services in community pharmacy, in hospital and in clinical setting to meet the patient's requirements. So the pharmacist, by virtue of their knowledge in the area of therapeutics and clinical pharmacy, they are able to identify the drug related problems and they will provide suitable solutions to the patients. Okay, so pharmaceutical care, coming to the definition of pharmaceutical care, the word pharmaceutical care, it was first coined by Michael et al. In 1975. It is Michael, Michael et al. In 1975, and he defined pharmaceutical care as the care that a given patient requires and receives. The care that a given patient requires and receives, which assures safe and rational drug use. So that is the definition of pharmaceutical care. Okay, then since 1975 this definition has gone many modifications, and various persons and various scientists have defined pharmaceutical care in various ways. So one of the definition given by Hepler and Strand. Okay, this was by Michael et al. One more definition which was given by Hepler and Strand. They defined pharmaceutical care as the responsible provision of drug therapy. Okay, pharmaceutical care is the responsible provision of drug therapy for the purpose of achieving definite outcomes. Responsible provision of drug therapy for the purpose of achieving definite outcomes that improves the patient's quality of life. So pharmaceutical care is the provision of drug therapy to achieve the outcome in a way that will improve the patient's quality of life. So this is a very important question. You can expect this for 10 marks or 5 marks. Write the principles of pharmaceutical care. Define and write the principles of pharmaceutical care. It is a very simple unit and it will get finished in 2-3 classes. Okay, so first then we will have a look who needs pharmaceutical care. Okay, ideally all patients, okay, should receive the pharmaceutical care, but due to lack of time and lack of professional staff, it is difficult to provide pharmaceutical care to all the patients. Ideally everyone would need it, but due to lack of time and lack of staff, it is difficult to provide the services. So the patients who are suffering from chronic diseases such as your diabetes, asthma, hypertension. So the patients who are suffering from chronic diseases such as your diabetes, asthma, hypertension and patients with polypharmacy, they may be prioritized for providing the pharmaceutical care services. Okay, so we told that it is ideal for everyone, but due to it may not be possible every time due to lack of time and lack of staff. So the patients who are having chronic diseases such as diabetes, asthma and hypertension, for them pharmaceutical care is mostly recommended. And documentation and monitoring of the care is an important step in the pharmaceutical care process. Okay, so whatever you are doing, documentation and monitoring of the care. Documentation of the pharmaceutical care and monitoring of the care is an important step in pharmaceutical care process. Okay, and then you can write the skills which is required for good pharmaceutical care. One heading you can write as skills required for good pharmaceutical care services. Okay, this is not required, but just in addition I am telling you. So this we have already discussed in patient counseling also. The skills required for good pharmaceutical care service, like they include good communication skills, sound knowledge on therapeutics, prescription interpretation skills, maintenance of records. Okay, so the pharmacist should have all this. Maintenance of records means he should be able to maintain all the records of the patient. Prescription interpretation skills means he should be able to interpret what is mentioned in the prescription. Sound knowledge on therapeutics. Sound knowledge on so therapeutics, it is defined as application of medication knowledge such as the mechanism of action, fate of the drug in the body, the dose and dosing schedules, contraindications, drug interactions. So all this is a therapeutic knowledge. So this therapeutic knowledge will help the pharmacist to identify the drug related problems. So that is why sound knowledge on therapeutics is important. And then prescription interpretation skills, what before dispensing the medicines, if the prescription is reviewed properly, then the pharmacist will be able to identify potential drug related problems. So he can discuss the same with the patient and with the prescriber to resolve if any drug interactions are there. Then maintenance of the records means documentation of the services which are provided to the patient by the pharmacist, and it will act as a proof of the pharmaceutical care practice. So with the help of softwares, these days many softwares are available. With the help of this software, the pharmacist can maintain each patient record, and that will help in documentation, and it will help to maintain patient medication record which the patient can use to update his when and when required. So this will ensure the proper pharmaceutical care practice has been done, and it will also improve the patient's health. Okay, so then what are the principles of pharmaceutical care, or you can take pharmaceutical care process. So what is the pharmaceutical care process? So that can be described from this flow chart. So you can see patients requiring pharmaceutical care service. For those patients who are requiring pharmaceutical care service, first you need to do data collection. Data collection, the pharmacist will do the data collection of the patient. Then step 2, he will do information evaluation. Whatever data has been collected, he will evaluate that particular information. And step 3, then if any plan is need to be formulated, he will formulate that particular plan. Step 4, implementing the plan which needs to be implemented. And step 5, monitoring and modifying the plan. So if the plan has to be changed a little bit, it has to be modified in order to assure some positive outcome. So that can be done. That is monitoring and modifying plan to assure the positive outcome. So we have to discuss in detail all of these principles, because if we ask this question for 10 marks or 5 marks, first you have to define it. Okay, you have to write some introduction like skills required for pharmaceutical care, who needs pharmaceutical care. Then you can draw this flowchart, and then you have to explain in detail about each and every step. So coming to the first step, which is your data collection. So what do you mean by data collection? Nothing but the name itself is indicating the pharmacist is collecting the data regarding the patient. Here, so the pharmacist will conduct initial interview with the patient. Why he will conduct interview? For the purpose of establishing professional working relationship. Right, whenever I told you, even in patient counseling, the pharmacist will be polite, he will respond with appropriate empathy that will help to maintain a proper relationship. The basis of the relationship is how you talk, how you present yourself, how politely you reply. So the same applies here. The pharmacist will conduct an initial interview with the patient for the purpose of establishing professional working relationship and initiating, you might have heard PMR, that is nothing but patient medication record. So now when he is establishing the relationship and collecting the data, it will help in maintaining the patient's pharmacy record. So now he is initiating the conversation and he is maintaining the pharmacy record. So for PG, here means pediatrics and geriatrics. So for pediatrics and geriatrics, you cannot talk face to face, right? You cannot have an interview with them. So that is why in that cases, for special cases like for pediatrics and geriatrics, the pharmacist should work directly either with the patient's parent. For example, you are the parent of a child. So then the pharmacist will connect with you. So he should work directly with the patient's parent or guardian or the principal caregiver. So based on who is interested and who is available and who comes along with you, the pharmacist should work along with him to initiate the conversation and to start maintaining the record. Next point in data collection, the interview is organized. So whatever interview has been arranged by the pharmacist, it is organized, professional and it meets the patient's need for privacy and confidentiality. So I want all of you to note down these points because it is not available in textbook. Okay, the interview is organized, professional, and it meets the patient's need for privacy and confidentiality. That means whatever the patient wants, that information, it should be kept confidential, that should be maintained, and that information is private between those two persons only, right? So that should be organized properly. Then the interview is used to systematically collect patient specific subjective information. As I've told you, the main criteria, the main aim of the interview will be to collect the patient specific subjective information. Subjective means here the subject is regarding the disease, regarding his health. So whatever is related to that subjective information he should collect, initiate the pharmacy record, and which will include information and data. So that pharmacy record will have the information and data regarding patient's general health, activity status, post-medical history, medication history, social history, family history, and history of present illness. So all this data will be included in the pharmacy records, which includes what? Information. Okay, information and data regarding the patient's general health. Next, his activity status. Then what was his past medical history? What is his medication history, means how many medications he is taking. Social history, like which family he belongs, whether he drinks, what is his social background, like that. Family history, which family he belongs, what is his native place, whether they are suffering from any chronic diseases, right, all that. And history of present illness. So now whatever his present illness is having, that all will be maintained. Next, the third point, the pharmacist uses health and physical assessment techniques. Okay, the pharmacist will use health or physical assessment techniques such as blood pressure monitoring, sugar monitoring, and whatever monitoring is required depending on the patient requirement. So that assessment pharmacist will do. Why? To acquire the patient specific objective information, right? So the pharmacist will use health or physical assessment technique to, as necessary, to acquire the patient specific objective information. Next, the next point in data collection, the pharmacist uses appropriate secondary sources, okay, to supplement the information obtained through initial patient interview. So now first he has done patient interview, after he has done health and physical assessment. So now he will use the secondary sources to get extra information, right? So the pharmacist uses appropriate secondary sources to supplement the information which is obtained through initial patient interview and which is obtained through health and physical assessment. Okay, these sources may include patient medication record, PMR. Okay, I have already told you PMR means patient medication record. So these sources may include patient medication record or his medical reports. Okay, then patient's family and patient's other healthcare providers. So secondary sources includes your medical records, PMR, patient's family records, and patient's other healthcare providers record, right? So in a way he will supplement the information he is getting through interview and health and physical assessment technique. Now he is using the secondary sources to acquire more information which can be entered in his pharmacy record. The next point in data collection, the pharmacist creates pharmacy record for patient. Okay, I have already told you he will create the pharmacy record for the patient and accurately records the information collected. He will record all the information which is collected, and the pharmacist will assure that the patient's record is appropriately organized. So the pharmacist will assure that the patient's record is appropriately organized and that the patient's record is kept current. Current means updated. It is updated time to time. What medication changes, what diet changes, what lifestyle changes, okay, illness, all those changes will be updated in the record, and it will reflect all the pharmacist and patient encounters. It will reflect all the pharmacist and the patient encounters. Next, the confidentiality of the information will be safeguarded. As I would told you, the information will be always confidential. So the confidentiality of the information is guarded, and The patient identify information contained in the record. So the whatever information of the patient which is entered in the record, it will be provided to others only upon the authorization of the patient. So only if the patient gives permission, then his information or his record will be shared with other people. So that unless and until he gives the permission, that confidentiality will be guarded properly and the patient information will be saved in the pharmacy record as private. Okay, so these points we have all discussed, that is in only data collection, that is the first principle of your pharmaceutical care. So we have to discuss in detail regarding the remaining principles, which includes information evaluation, formulating a plan, implementing the plan, and monitoring and modifying the plan to assure positive outcomes. Okay, so these principles we have to write in detail. Once we finish this principle, we'll wind up with this unit. So this unit, as I've told you, is very small, simple and important. Please go through the video and make notes, and in case of any doubts, let me know. Thank you.